بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, we will stop today continuing the lesson about the terms and expressions of the Quran, and we will deal with another term and expression which we have not seen yet in the Quran, but we did talk about it from some other term. And because we are seeing in the media how Islamic leaders all over the world, they don't condemn this kind of thing which is called election. They have gone to it to the middle of their ears in the Muslim countries and also in the Kafir countries. And very soon some election is going to happen here in England and in Europe. And every day we see Muslims and Muslim scholars are actually saying this word, democracy. We have to be a democratic country. We don't want to be, dictator. We don't want dictator states. We don't want this. And they start giving the terms as the kuffar exactly. All what's different, if you are here in the radio, you wouldn't know if he's a Muslim or a Kafir. Only when you see him in television with a turban, you start asking yourself, what's this man? He's talking like a cassette, he's talking like a puppet. He's not a Muslim or what? But in fact, some Muslims, they do believe them. Some Muslims are tricked by them. Some Muslims are being told that if you don't go for the election, we are not going to have the car park next to the masjid. We can't have the canteen open. We are not going to have our school. We can't build another masjid next room. We can't bring the imam from Pakistan or from India or from here and we sponsor him. We have to cooperate with our council. You have to move. You have to work with the country. You have to follow the law of the country which you are in. Even if that country is an enemy of Allah, even if that law is an enemy of Allah, even if that person is an enemy of Allah, even if that person is a kafir, even if what they say is kufr, subhanallah. Can we take a bribe to give our Islam? Now let us understand one very important thing. Islam and any system came to protect the major important things in life. And before we talk about any system, we have to understand what is that system doing. All religions brought by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah sent them to us so they can protect number one, faith, the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number two, the honor and the lineage of people. That means to stop zina and to stop the haram things. Number three is to protect the blood of people, especially believers, and those who are in covenant with believers. Number three is to protect their wealth and property. Not only to protect wealth and property with regard to keep it for them, to protect it from having haram, from being earned by haram, or spent in haram, or mixed with haram, or decorating haram, or used for haram. So that to stop the riba, the zina, this kind of thing which people are earning from. And number five, to protect people's mentality and mind. Sharia comes to that. So nobody's allowed to do magic so he can makes people's minds go astray or be disturbed. Nobody's allowed to teach people haram thing or brainwash them. Nobody's allowed to make enmity among his people and to disrespect their minds so they can fight and kill each other. Nobody's allowed to change the nature of people which is matching their mind or mentality. Nobody's allowed to put people to subject people into fitna which they can lose their mind from such a fitna. And now before we talk about election, let us see the system of that election. Does this system protect these kind of things? So the word election, it was not actually said, it's a new term. It means a new thing. But let us see the Islamic meaning for it. As for the national meanings, and the secular meaning, you elect somebody so he can represent you. But the Sharia tells about these kind of things. It's not just like that. You elect somebody to represent you and to rule you by a certain law. That is neutral. But once you put the dots on top of letters, then you can understand now how serious and dangerous this term. You elect somebody. That somebody, is he a Muslim or a kafir? That somebody, is he a Muslim or a kafir? And to rule you, can you put your mobile off please? And to rule you by what? By which law it's going to rule you? It's going to rule you by Islam? Is he going to rule you by Islam, or is he going to rule you by kufr? He's going to rule you by something new, which they call democracy. Even our countries, they don't believe in anything, but they still say democracy. Like every puppet say, just to follow the kuffar, even in words, but they don't even believe in anything. To rule you by democracy. So they are choosing a kafir or a person who is careless about his religion to choose to rule you by this kind of thing, democracy. So when somebody said, if I don't elect him, somebody else will elect him, he will come to rule anyway. So why don't I elect him and I get some benefit? Tell him no. You don't take bribe for your religion, and you don't use destiny, divine destiny, so you can actually justify your haram and kufr. You can't say, well, Allah wrote the lifespan and the lifetime for somebody, and I'm going to kill him. If it matches with Allah, then Allah have killed him. He was going to die anyway. Don't you believe? He said, yes, this was said in the front of Umar ibn Khattab. A man stole some money, and then he said, if Allah didn't want, I wouldn't have stolen it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wrote it for me. Then Umar ibn Khattab, he said, he also wrote for you that I'm going to cut your hand. Because if you use the destiny to justify your crime, I'm going to use the destiny to justify your punishment. Simple. So you stand in the front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and said, but I need to have some benefit. But let us go closer and see what benefit are you having. In what expense? Let's say you've chosen somebody. Those who have chosen Tony Blair, I don't know how they're going to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the hereafter. After all this bombardment for Iraq, and you have helped a person to kill thousands and millions of Muslim children, and I don't know what action you have done in these years if you have chosen such a person, what action you have done in all these years, how many billions of pounds and dollars you have contributed to Islam just to wipe off this sin from your backside. I can't imagine to help against Muslims being killed, against Muslims being oppressed, against Islam being oppressed, just to have a car parked or one of your families coming from abroad. You can work the rest of your life and pay all the money on earth. If Allah doesn't give you mercy and forgive you, you are a finished man. You are a deen person.